In a sea of Glock clones, be a 1911 from the spring of 1944 in World War II.
Light, easy to handle, effective. The handgun is the ideal weapon for both defensive and offensive close-quarter man-to-man combat fighting. Being a good shot on a range doesn't mean that a man will be the same good shot when the target is moving or firing back at him. From the prone position, they learn to score hits on a pair of bobbing targets at over 50 yards. Moving up to 25 yards and assuming the kneeling position, they'll be able to do the same thing.
I do want to give a quick shout out to the ammo sponsor of this video. True Shot Gun Club sent out a bunch of this 45 auto 230 grain PMC bronze. Stuff is great and runs very nicely through my Remington 1911. So thank you to True Shot. Love you guys. So this is an M1911A1. It is a field grade that I picked up from the CMP, the Civilian Marksmanship Program. Very unique organization. They have M1 Grands, M1 Carbines, 1903 Springfields. I have a few things from them, including now this 1911 pulled out of US military storage. Pretty interesting piece here. Kind of fits right in the middle for their grading system, this being the field grade, and of course is also a service grade above that. Below that is a rack grade and then a range grade, and they all vary in different types, but essentially there's a lottery you put in to get one of these, and it's a kind of an old mail order system, but the CMP organization has been around a long time, teaching new shooters all the fundamentals and safety of firearms, especially the M1 Grand. So I picked one of these up from the CMP in their round 3 of their lottery, got the call, super excited, picked it up. This happens to be a Remington Rand slide, and then you'll see later in the video, I literally just found out that this is actually Springfield frame. Very faint little stamp on there, but I'll show you a nice close-up of all the details. So if you're looking at one of these from anywhere aftermarket, or if you're looking at it from something from actual CMP, if they're still doing the rounds, I don't know if they have any of these left, but if they do, you know, it is a very interesting way to get into the shooting sports and pick up something fascinating like this piece of World War II history. Spring of 1944, we're about to go into D-Day that June. I cannot imagine the cool stories that this has to bring with it, that it could tell, because it's just a neat piece of history from the US military. And of course, a lot of these from the CMP are unique in a way that they all kind of like pieced together, thrown together in different ways. Over the years, the 1911 served a very long time, 2 world wars, as they say. So it is a fascinating piece, and it still shoots great today. I take very good care of this particular 1911 because there's so much history behind it. Been around a long time, way longer than I have, and I want to make sure that it continues to run for generations to come as a piece of history, especially from the US military aspect in World War II, which is obviously always a very popular war for memorabilia and collectors and things like that. Does come with 1 mag, 7 rounds. It's a Checkmate mag, I believe, contracted out. But the cool part about this is it does take like a Wilson Combat 8-round mag, like that right there. And it takes a, what is this one, Mekgar, made in Italy, 7-rounder. Nice and flush in there. and a KCI South Korean mag, cheap as they come. I'll drop a link down below if you guys are interested in these magazines in particular, but they all run really well in this old girl. 7-round mag that came with my CMP 1911. I believe it's a Checkmate, military contracted. Mekgar, made in Italy. Beautiful aftermarket mags. Usually work really well. They make a bunch of mags for different firearms. Wilson Combat. These are 8-rounders. Stick out off the bottom just a little bit. Run good. And last but not least is the cheapo South Korean KCI mags, 7-rounders. Sticks out a little on the bottom there towards your finger, but not too bad. Now I know you're not just here to see me shoot and talk about this. I know you want to see the real close-ups of what this looks like, and if you are interested in one of the CMP 1911s, I know you want to see what this looks like. So let's take a quick close-up and talk a little bit more about this fascinating firearm. Not a Glock clone. Remington Rand Inc., Syracuse, New York, USA. You can kind of see this was just thrown together. I mean, you know, the war is just going on. It's just crazy, I can't imagine. United States property, serial number M1911A1, US Army. Grips are in good shape, no cracking. Really, you know, this being a field grade, they said there could be some rust and pitting, but everything functions very well. Magazine, I believe, is a Checkmate contracted magazine. I don't know if that really means a whole lot in there. I'm not sure if this is period correct or not, or just thrown in here. Yeah, a lot of this could have been mixed matched, honestly. Kind of see there is a little E there, P right there. If anything is unique about this, if you guys see anything different, you know, let me know. Little B, it looks like right there. Like a Z, a 2 or a Z scratched in there. Oh, and the faintest, is that a Springfield? Yeah, actually I don't think I've noticed that yet. It's like a nice light stamp on a Springfield, so it could be a Remington Rand slide with a Springfield lower. Not the Springfield we know today. No, 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 this isn't Croatia here. This is USA made goodness. Trigger. It's a 1911. Cocked and locked. Magazine release. Shoots really well. Really does. Let me take it apart real quick. Take a look at the parts, take a look at the barrel. Now YouTube, I took this apart as part of a maintenance and just look to check over all the parts of this very historical firearm. So note that. Barrel, lower, slide. You can kind of see that all this is pretty worn down. I mean, there's not any rust or any like extreme pitting, but it has definitely seen some things. The barrel, see the little reflection of light there, has been shot quite a bit. A lot by me as well, but I do take good care of it when I do shoot it. I do owe it a good clean and some new lubrication on there. Here's some close-ups on the inside there. Crazy, I actually have never seen that stamp for that Springfield until right now under this bright light. I looked over this whole thing. So definitely a Springfield frame matched up with this Remington Rand slide. But the US, unlike a lot of other countries in World War II, they did not number every single part, and they also mixed match quite a bit. Once it went back to the armorer, even mid-war if it needed to, who knows, they would have mixed and matched, so it could have been matched after the war, before the war. But same thing with their M1 carbines, their 1903 Springfields. their M1 Grands, of course, right? That's all mixed matched. So you're not gonna find like a German Luger or a P38 where it's all matching 100%. Most likely it's going to be parked out and put back together because these served a very, very long time because we won the war. Also, interesting take here. Look how similar the mags are to the P38. Like, uncanny, right? The 1911 came before the P38, so you can kind of see who copied who, except for 9mm versus 45. But I don't know, I just saw the other day, noticed that like all the cuts are so similar, and I'm sure there's some Reddit thread out there saying that Walther Mauser made these mags and stole them from the 1911, shrunk them down to 9mm. The CMP.org, if you're interested in learning more about history of these right here, and I don't know if there's gonna be another round. I don't know if round 3 is still going on or not. They don't really update the site very much. They're doing the Lord's work, even though we kind of already paid for all this in our taxes. But it's fine, we get to own one of these now. Still really cool, and this is a great shooter. It really is. Being that field grade, I think was a good option. I didn't really need the top of the line. I didn't really want something that's crap either at the bottom, which probably wasn't gonna be that crap with that range grade either. It's still a great shooter, it's gonna function, but having the field grade just, I think just felt right. One of my favorite 1911s to shoot by far. I've had some of the Commander models, some other cheaper 1911s. I mean, this one isn't that expensive in the 1911 world, especially with the 2011s, things like that coming out. But this is 45 ACP. This is not the 9mm that you're usually seeing with those 2011s. And it just feels really good in the hand, and it's just an old design that is still kicking today. So thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions at all, hit them down in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. And I hope you guys get a chance to take a look at these historic firearms, because again, in a world of Gucci Glocks and aftermarket, different types of double stack micro 9s and full size 9mm and things like that, it's just fun to just step back and hold a piece of history like that, bring it to the range, take care of it, and shoot it. And it's gonna be a piece where, yeah, you could pass down your Glock or whatever down the line, but this has some serious history to it. And I think it's something that your kids would enjoy as well, and take them out shooting, teach them the fundamentals, teach them the safety, and be responsible at the range. And it'd be a blast. It really will. So thanks so much for watching. Take care, safe shooting. See you in the next review.